Hello, and this is Bearded Reviews, and this is basically going to be a pilot episode where I tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing, and basically probably throw in another game or a game just to have fun with it. So I'm essentially going to be throwing in video games, card games, anime, manga, comics, that type of stuff. I may get a little more political as it goes on. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I want to get into that. But I'm basically going to be doing that with anything I can find. Right now, I'm just looking through stuff in my room that I don't normally see people play. So that's just me. So, what I brought today is a game that is a spin off of the classic game Tetris. And before I get into it, if you have not played Tetris before, which a lot of people have, it's like an instant classic. There are blocks of a certain color and shape. I mean, color really doesn't matter, more so the shape. The shape of this, you have to more use it, and it changes direction as you press buttons. You have to make a straight line. Now, as the blocks drop, there's a place on the top, and if you reach that top, you lose. So you don't want to reach the top. Now, the game I brought with you is a little spin-off of it. It's called Tetris Plus for the PlayStation 1. Now, Tetris Plus is basically the classic Tetris. It has classic mode, it has versus mode, it has all this stuff. But you essentially have an annoyance. The little guy here called the Professor. The Professor basically, when you drop blocks near him or on him, he will climb up them. Now, the only difference between having a top of the original Tetris is this has a trap that is trying to kill the Professor, essentially. They don't say it in the game, but essentially you're killing the Professor with this trap if you reach the top, and this trap drops down as you go along, making it harder and harder if your Professor is close to the top. Now, this Professor is just an annoyance. If you want to, just trap him with a block and leave him there. I've done it before, and it worked out great. Now, really, this mode, it has a lot of stuff. I mean, it has a story, but each part basically has, I would say about 30 levels until you get to move on. It was made in 1996, pretty much around the time that I was born, which is kind of funny. And it's rated K to adult, kid to adult, K through A, however you want to call it, which basically means it's for all ages. The disc kind of looks like this. It's, a nifty looking disc with a basic design to it. The game itself is somewhat okay, I guess. I wasn't a big fan of it like I am the original. So I just kind of, sat down and was like, oh, great. But when the Professor just came, it got really, really annoying. I can't describe it any other way. He kept dying, he kept climbing up, and when you lose, you get a code, but if you can't remember that code, you start all over. So you could get to level 29 and lose the code and completely lose all of your data, which really sucks. You'll be on the scoreboard though, but you just won't have that code. Essentially, it's really no different from the original Tetris. So, yeah, I'm basically not a Let's Player. I don't want to do Let's Plays because Let's Plays are in fact kind of spoil the game. I don't want to spoil games. I know people like Let's Players because they commentate and play games based to get people hyped for the game or to show some of the game. I just don't like doing that, mainly because to me it kind of spoils the game. I mean, if you want to play it, I mean, again, it's Tetris Plus for the PlayStation 1. It really doesn't, it's somewhat not very difficult to get a hold of. You can just type it online and it'll pop up. It's not very expensive of a game, but yeah, I pretty much, I mean, I put it as a 5 if you compare it to the original Tetris. It really isn't essentially that good. I mean, if without the Professor, it would be much better. But but I guess that's the challenge of it. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. If you played this game and you like it, go right ahead. I mean, my opinion does not change yours, and it really will never change your opinion. If I like a game, you may not like it. Well, cool. We can respect each other. If you like it, I don't, and we respect it too. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm signing off.